So it feels like our casual meeting here. But let's see if more people will join. Oh, ML, good to see you. Let's wait a little bit. I know, like, I share this with a number of people. Hopefully more will join. Hi, Lina.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Very
How did
intense.
if you want to share, you don't have to. How did your download come in?
Intensely. Yeah, it was a roller coaster last night. I hopefully this painting anchors the energy, but that's yeah, grounding the divine truth for humanity. That is supposed to, I know it's crazy, but
Nope.
it's the core intention is to stop everything that is not anchored in truth, meaning all the manipulation, abuse, war, a lot of that war that's going on right now is unnecessary. Yeah. So I hope I will manage to project that energy for you as well to receive. We're activating the Merkaba today. I was like about to explain what quantum healing is and how it works and what to be aware of in this process, but all of you know that already. So um, maybe one more minute and then I'll begin. Welcome. This summer solstice felt like very special timing for the meditation. Um, the most light coming in, and I feel like I can funnel a little bit extra to create a more impact. So I'm glad that you're here with me and willing to be part of this and integrate um, the higher frequencies and I guess supporting the collective evolution to some extent. Um, Unfortunately, Zoom does not allow or it canceled the sound, so I can't use my sound ball, but it's here with me, so energetically you will receive it anyway. This very powerful frequency, it activates the higher heart. Um, Higher heart is a portal, the way I see by now. It's a portal to higher dimensions and to really the manifestation of anything that we're creating. It's where divine feminine and masculine comes together in perfect balance, which it feels like that part is missing at the collective level still. So we're kind of bringing the balance. Um, I have with me the crystal that represents for me higher heart as well. And this painting behind me also happened since last night. Channeled. I'll try to explain. The staff of divine truth at the core, the center of the Merkaba. And Merkaba is the energy field that we can tap into and activate in ancient Egyptian and I think Hebrew as well. It means the vehicle of your soul. So if that is not very clear, this is the how Merkaba looks like as a three-dimensional structure. So activating that field for each of us individually creates really advancement of consciousness or access to a higher level of consciousness and I don't know what's next beyond that. Hopefully, I'll figure out the teleportation at some point. But for now, we're grounding the higher energies from the 12th dimension, from the higher realms. Yeah, and I'm glad you're here. So you guys all know what quantum healing is, so I'm not talking much. When you're ready, just close your eyes and focus within. Notice the position of your body. Notice your breathing. Let's invite your resources to scan through your body. Your inner healer, your self-nurturer, your intuition, self-protector, trust, forgiver, and inner peace. Notice how these resources are scanning through, picking on every energetic point that holds resistance, lack, fear, shame, guilt, discomfort. And notice what happens as I invite your being to bring to your awareness a focus of energy, of divine truth. Notice how divine truth resource comes to your awareness. You may notice a visual, physical sensation, sound, a taste, or smell. Whatever expression or representation of it that you notice, just thank it. Thank it for coming to your awareness in this particular way. And notice what happens when you thank it. Notice how it responds to your gratitude and appreciation. And then notice what happens as I invite your being to make all the arrangements necessary for your divine truth to connect to your inner healer, self-nurturer, intuition, self-protector, trust, forgiver, and inner peace. I received the visual of spiraling staff as a representation of divine truth. So just visualize the structure going through your body, through your chakra system, connecting from the top of your head at the crown chakra, third eye, throat, higher heart, your heart chakra, solar plexus, your sacral, root, all the way down to the feet. Notice how divine truth is flowing through your body, your organs, your tissues, and every single cell of your body. Notice how it updates your mind, your thinking patterns, your beliefs, your internal dialogue. Notice how it updates your energy field, your emotions, integrates at every level of your being. That's right. Allow that energy to expand through your personal space, through your timelines, updating all your past memories, situations, and events in the past. that needed this divine truth. Notice how, with this powerful energy, your past experiences are transforming, transmuting. Notice how your future timeline has to adjust as this divine truth is flowing through the future. Notice how all the resistance, all the conflicting beliefs, conflicting energy, or any thoughts, even projected thoughts, all that is dissolving by divine truth. That's right. So just notice how divine truth is being anchored in your system, integrating, expanding. Notice how your being is making all the arrangements necessary for this energy to be anchored in your system. And when you're ready, only when you're fully ready, I will invite your being to bring to your awareness a focus of energy. The Merkaba structure of your own energy. Notice how the tetrahedron comes up, the pyramid, the higher top pyramid shows up in your awareness. Thank it and notice in which direction it is spinning. When you're ready, notice the upside down pyramid coming to your awareness. Thank it and notice which direction does it spin. And just notice what happens as I invite your being to make all the arrangements necessary to put these two pyramids into a Merkaba structure. And notice how divine truth, at the core of it, at the center of it, creates that spin that activates your Merkaba field. Notice how higher realms of consciousness are opening up for you. Notice how the connection to the physical realm is still accessible fully. Notice how you become the vessel for this divine truth to flow to the earth, to the humanity. And I want you to notice the chakra, the higher heart chakra, between your heart and the throat, that energy point in your system. Just pay attention and thank it for coming to your awareness the way it did. The center point of the Merkaba. Just notice how your higher heart is opening up, expanding, creating that portal. Through the portal, you can manifest, bring any energies that are in complete alignment with divine power. Notice how your higher heart connects to every other chakra in your system, allowing you to access the spiritual realm, to see beyond the physical, to speak things into existence. That's right. Just notice how this energy is integrating. And notice how through the higher heart, there is some kind of network between other light workers that's being created. A beam of white light connects all of us together that amplifies this divine truth energy for the collective. As if we create a network, a grid around the globe, channeling, allowing this divine truth to flow through our system, creating the field around us that will spread this energy to others. Notice how every connection, every conversation with another human is happening through this energy. That's right. That's right. Notice how this flows through the collective field of consciousness. Notice how all the beings, all the forces that work against divine truth no longer have the power. Notice how they receive forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love that they maybe have never even received. That's right. Notice how all the negative energies, all the mind control, thought manipulation processes are no longer having an impact on humanity. Notice how the truth, compassion, and unconditional love becomes the norm as we all expand our consciousness, as we tap deeper and deeper into our core truth. Notice how this energy is integrating through all the humans, all the sentient beings, the animal kingdom, plants, mycelium network. Notice how the earth itself received this powerful energy, becoming the anchor of divine truth, so that whoever is walking on earth will operate with that energy. Notice how source energy is clearing all the resistances. Notice how your intention is powered by divine truth. Every creation begins with intention. Whether it is in your daily life, in a conversation, in your soul's mission, or the collective consciousness. The intention is what brings the creation into fruition. So just notice how this energy flows through your system, to your physical body, your organs, your tissues, and every single cell. Notice how it updates your beliefs, your thinking patterns. Notice how it updates your emotional body, releasing all the stuck emotions, all the uncomfortable emotions that no longer belongs in the face of divine truth. Notice how the fear of the unknown has no ground when the truth is present. There is nothing but trust. Notice how all your resources are helping this energy to integrate. Your inner healer, your self-nurturer, intuition, self-protector, trust, forgiver, and inner peace. Notice how these resources are updating your DNA structure, activating certain elements in your DNA that are in complete alignment with divine truth, with your being, with the highest good of all. That's right. That's right. Notice how your body can hold more and more light, more expansive energy. That's right. Notice how every level of your being, your physical body, your emotional body, mental body, energy body, spiritual body, all are integrating, coming into complete alignment, in alignment with your Merkaba field, with the staff of divine truth at the core of it. Notice how your brain is being rewired for a different perception, more open, more expansive. Notice how your being is becoming more and more in charge. We are used to perceiving the world mentally. We want to understand. The higher realms are not understood mentally, they're felt. Notice how that deeper awareness, deeper understanding, beyond your five senses, is becoming available through your heart. That's right. Just observe how your body is integrating these energies. Allow your mind to relax, to accept, without trying to comprehend, to understand. Allow the emotions to flow. Allow the energy to flow. Notice how all the knots that were blocking the energy flow through your system are gently dissolving. Notice how your body is rewired for the ultimate health. Vibrancy. Notice how with every breath you anchor deeper and deeper into your spiritual connection. Notice how you're grounding at the same time and accessing multiple dimensions simultaneously. Notice how the physical realm is fully connected to the spiritual. As you stand on earth, on the soil, you step into the water, you connect with all the elements. Notice how the water consciousness is connecting to your energy field, to your Merkaba field. Notice how the air, the earth, the fire, the spirit, all the elements are fully available and integrating through your system, purifying your energy, purifying your body, your mind, your emotions, your soul, releasing all the attachments, all the projections that are not anchored in truth. All the external impact, manipulation is no longer accessible. Notice how you become divine truth through your Merkaba field. You become the source energy. And this energy flows through the network of light workers, star seeds, all the souls that are supportive, loving, kind, nurturing. That's right. And so just notice how your being is making all the arrangements necessary for this energy to continue, to integrate into your physical body, your mind, your emotions, your energy field. This process continues to continue more deeply and thoroughly while you're sleeping and dreaming, and gently in the background as you go about your normal daily activities, to the best comfort of your physical body, your mind, and your emotions. More noticeable for your conscious mind how you begin to think differently, feel differently, see and hear things differently. Notice how all the beings of light are supporting you on this journey of integration. Your spiritual guides, angelic beings, the source energy. You're protected, you're safe. You are the representation of divine truth. And as this energy continues to ripple, emanate through you to others, eventually we're impacting the collective consciousness. And so this energy will stay with you in your field, integrating slowly in your own pace. So whenever you're ready, everything will come to balance. So just allow your system to process it. Take as long as you need to integrate. And when you're ready, only when you're fully ready, you can allow your eyes to open and return back to the room feeling fully relaxed, refreshed, and calm. Take as long as you need. Take as long as you need. That's right. That's right. Very well. Very well. Unfortunately, Zoom is canceling the sound, so I have a very powerful higher heart singing bowl. Hopefully, you're receiving that frequency. All right, I see some people coming back. If anybody is willing to share your experience, please just unmute yourself. Let's have a little conversation here. Well, I'm trying to calm down to my body now. Hi, Rahim.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
As you see, amazing. How was
This
your
was
experience?
amazing. It's time. It's time we come together. It's time that we spread the light.
Yes. Anything to share from your own experience?
I just felt like clearing for me. Just I'm working on a project called Crowd Caring, as you know, and it's intending to actually bring that what you're creating into reality, and it just to feel that energy of possibility flowing in this way is really just delightful. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Come on, I want to hear you people. Please.
Okay, I'll share. I'll
Yes.
do it.
Thank you.
Um, Hi, Rahim.
Hey, Pamela.
For me, let me try to remember it in sequence as I can. The Merkaba immediately like came out of my chest, or the first triangle was right there, and then the second one was on the other side, and so it already was like there is a portal for me between spiritual and all that, and then. And then I just had the source energy coming through my head and then just shooting out all the points of the Merkaba everywhere. And and then I remembered that Merkaba has kind of already been in my life my whole life. Growing up, there was a lampshade that looked like that hanging in our front hall. And then I always wanted to have a lampshade like that in my life, and I didn't know what it was. And so it was like, wow, it's been hanging around in my field for my whole life. Um, And it helped me release and ground. I realized this morning that I have learned helplessness still for the last, couple decades of my life, and have been trying to figure out, like, what is wrong with me? I know how to do stuff. Why can't I do stuff? And just this morning, I'm like, wow, I somewhere along the line, I figured I couldn't do stuff somehow. And so I felt very like I shed that learned helplessness in this, and grounded really solidly in, like, in my spiritual being. And I feel like I experience life from my spiritual being more often than my physical, and I really enjoy that a lot.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Spell. Mandela, go ahead. Go ahead. I know you want.
If I could figure out the button, I just feel like 1,000 years old when I'm on this thing. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Well,
How was it?
dude, that was the most intense Arcturian freaking activation technology I've ever brought through my freaking body. There was so much Iranian blockages, and this is stuff I usually would not say in a group, but I am trying to represent the no holds bar right now. This is no joke. These human beings have been caught up in certain things, and to release blockages from the body and to understand it is all collective. We can really do collective work by connecting with ourselves first and then connecting with the ley lines. And to be able to have both these processes going on in a toroidal activated both ways is a huge freaking deal. But when you do these activations and these connectings with resources and sessions, anytime I hear your voice, it brings me right back into that centered, safe feeling. And today was very strategic for collective, but oh my God, my body, so much came through the past timeline. I felt every one of them. I'm still shaking really hard. I felt every one of them. Just come on, come on. Like we've got to start taking more control of the fact that we want puppies more than we want war. So that's just, of course, that's what I'm always thinking about. But what came up physically was a lot more than I'm used to. I'm still not out of it. It's just past, future, past, future, past, future. Like, holy shit, the amount of willingness for any being at this point to be part of the collective, whether they gotta, learn from others or learn from their highest selves. That's what I felt coming through the body over the locations that need releasing, the amount of things that we could do just with this group right here, if intending to do it through the water molecules in the air, which has consciousness, and then the ley lines and affecting everyone in the collective, because it's time to have confidence that love has just been forgotten about a little bit. Do some magic then. Just all over everybody. What are we scared of? I use my whole body, and I feel everybody. So that was my experience.
All right.
Love you, everyone. I'm gonna go mute myself again if I can find the buttons.
You processing. I see some comments. Would you like to unmute and share, Denise, maybe? Beatrice? Calling people out? Okay, I'll read. Beatrice wrote. Oh, okay, Denise, share it, please. Yes.
Yeah, I really have been struggling with moving forward, and I didn't know why. I couldn't figure out what my blockages were, because I'm quite a heroic person, and I thought I was facing all my blockages. But what came up for me most was the deep sadness I haven't been facing at all. I've been totally ignoring it and thinking I'm dealing with it. And I know that I've got to face it. It's, you know, something that's got to be faced, and then I can move forward. That's about it. But it brought up a really deep emotion.
Mm. Well, those uncomfortable emotions we avoid to feel usually are when you're pushed to that point that you have to feel it through, you go through it. One is not as scary as you expect it to be. Two, it happens quickly. So the delay is more of a torture than just jumping in fully.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm sure you know. I'm glad that this is coming to awareness, and hopefully this process also brings more balance.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Sean?
Called out every time. Um, so the beginning was very powerful for me. As soon as you went into the sword or shaft that was coming through, it literally slowly went through my whole system. And with my hands visualized, I was literally pulling it through as if I was sewing in a way. So I was sewing this whole light through my whole chakra system. And as I was doing it, there was a massive, and you were talking then about where the energy was coming in, and it was coming in here, but it was literally going right through my body. But the whole of that shaft was going through me in order to secure myself into the ground. And then when you had the Merkaba coming in, spinning, then I was in a vortex that was centered. So the shaft at the beginning grounded me and got me firmly in the ground. But as soon as that energy, that vortex came in, that Merkaba, I was able to stay there, but with a vortex. So I could feel the energy, but I wasn't, as you know, over the last few weeks, going off and going, oh, my head, I'll go over there. It was literally centered in, and I could feel the power of it just going, spinning, and then going out. But I was controlling my energy as well. My energy was here, but that everything was needed, it was going out to support everything else. My hands are still shaking. I had difficulty writing that down. I can feel it. I've got like pins and needles and vibrations in my hands at the moment. So
Well, I want to bring this closer as you describe. This is the staff of
oh,
the
okay, yeah.
and it's like spiraling.
Yeah. Exactly what it did. And I was literally bringing it down through my chakra system. And then as it got to my root chakra, I had to let it go through into the earth.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly.
pulled,
Yeah,
secured. So then when you brought the Merkaba in, I was able to stay in that vortex of energy.
Awesome. You did it right.
I did it right. Was it away?
Oh my God, no joking. No, it's interesting because this is the way I saw it the first time I received the download. That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own individual experience, right? And there is no right or wrong, but just that close correlation. That is really.
And the speed of it was so slow and steady going in. It was it was literally, it is slow and steady and it's going to go into the ground solidly. And then when you get the energy, you can hold it. Was, yeah.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing. I saw Rachel jumping in. If you're still here, please share. How was it?
So I actually was seeing patients during the time that you all were doing the meditation, but I woke up a little bit. I woke up a little bit anxious. I wanted to be here. So I was like, okay, I'm on my computer. Let me at least just turn on so my patients can get the vibe and get the wave and me get the wave too. And I don't know what you guys were doing, but I had like a little bit of like, I've been working on some deadlines and things this week. And so I have a lot of energy that's just kind of like tension that like a ball that I just can't release from working so hard all week long. And then I just was like getting sleepy when I was seeing my patients, and I was like, oh man, I gotta stay awake, gotta stay awake. And I was like, something must be going on over there. So I had it on low while I was talking to them, and I was just like feeling like I was being like sucked into something. I was like, oh, this feels good, but I gotta be present and everything. And so yeah, so I just was like, okay, and I just kind of kept feeling like I was like getting like a water wave over me, just over me, and I was just kind of letting it flow and everything. And I was like, I can't wait to jump off here and then be present, jump off, be present. And so I just finished up and to catch you guys. So I know you guys were having a good time wherever you were.
Yeah, it was a process here. I'll share the recording, whoever missed from the beginning, so to be more conscious of the energy that you felt, Rachel.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Is there anyone else that is willing to say something, ask a question, maybe? There are more people than I see on the screen, so feel free to. And if not, then I just want to thank you all for joining me. This was very special. And let the divine truth guide you into the future. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And let me know if anything else comes up over time. I'm always curious to hear your stories.
Thanks for being magical.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, everyone.